All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the winner of the NFC South this season will more than likely finish this NFL campaign with a losing record, as each of the four teams in the division have been unable to get out of their own way. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most talented team in this division, but being that they've been unable to take care of their business, they've kept the hopes of the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, and New Orleans Saints all alive. The Bucks are 6-8 and leading this division, while everybody else is 5-9. And with 3 weeks to go in the season, who will seize control of the NFL's worst division here in 2022? Now, the Bucks take on the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday rather, and these are the Kyler Murrayless Arizona Cardinals, while they host Carolina in Week 17, and then they travel to take on the Atlanta Falcons in Week number 18. The Panthers host the Detroit Lions on Saturday, and then they finish on the road with the Bucks and the Saints. The Saints will be on the road to take on the Cleveland Browns on Saturday before traveling to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 17, and then hosting the Panthers in the season finale. And for the Falcons, they'll be in Baltimore to take on the Ravens on Saturday before finishing with consecutive home games against the Cardinals and the Bucks. So you look at it, and it's a scenario where somebody's got to step up. And I mean, at the end of the day, all of these are flawed teams. The Panthers, they've had quarterback issues all season long, and that led to Matt Rule getting fired earlier this season. But the Panthers have shown a ton of spirit under interim head coach Steve Wilkes. You think about the Falcons, they've lost four out of their last five, and now they've turned to rookie quarterback Desmond Ritter. Can he solve the problems of this team? We got to wait and see. Now, theoretically, the Saints, they've been out of it all season long, but with their win over the Falcons on Sunday, combined with losses by both the Panthers and the Bucks, it's opened the door for New Orleans to have a realistic opportunity to win this division. And then, of course, will the Bucks, the team that should, be light years ahead of everybody else in this division, will they rally? And will they find a way to live up to expectations over the final 3 weeks of the season? We got to wait and see. You think about the Falcons, and the deck is stacked against them. And I think a big reason for that is their 1-4 mark within the division. And then you got to take on the Ravens on Saturday in their place. That's not going to be easy. The last two games, though, are very winnable. Home for Arizona, and then home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And depending what type of shape Tampa comes into that game could ultimately decide the division winner. You think about the Carolina Panthers; they're 5-9. They let a golden opportunity go by the wayside on at home on Sunday against Pittsburgh. Now you got to deal with a very tough Detroit team that has won six out of their last seven, and then you're on the road against Tampa and New Orleans. It's going to be interesting to see how things work out for the Panthers. And then, you have the Saints. I talked about them being 5-9. They got a tough Cleveland Browns team as they're starting to get it going with Deshaun Watson, the quarterback. Week 17 is interesting for Cleveland. I mean, for New Orleans, rather, because they're on the road against Philly. What type of shape is Philly going to be in at that point? And would they start resting guys? We got to wait and see. And then the Bucks. The Bucks, they have everything in front of them to run the table, but Tampa should not be in the situation. And at the end of the day, they are what they are. I mean, the expectations were, we expected the Bucks to win this division and just go to the playoffs and do their thing. But they played down to their competition all season long. They've been inconsistent offensively, inconsistent defensively, and it seems like when the Bucks figure it out offensively, the defense is not playing good. When the Bucks figure it out defensively, the offense is not playing good. So at some point, will the real Tampa Bay Buccaneers show up? I don't know, but at the end of the day, they're 6-8, and to quote the Hall of Fame coach Bill Parcells, "You are what you are." So it's one of those where a lot of questions have to be answered between now and the end of the season. The Panthers at one point they were 1-5, but they're back in it, and it's one of those where you never know. I talked about the Falcons. They're 1-4 in this division, and that could be the thing that hurts them if it comes down to tiebreakers. You look at New Orleans. What are they going to do in the final 3 weeks of the season? We got to wait and see. Will this be the first time since 2002 that a healthy Tom Brady misses a postseason? Remember, the Patriots did miss the postseason in 2008, but of course they went 11-5 that year. But Tom Brady was lost in week number one that year for with an ACL injury. So this would be the first time since 2002 that a healthy Brady has missed the postseason. So at the end of the day, if you ask me who wins, it's one of those where I'm gonna put my money on the Bucks just because I feel like they're too talented. And I look at the quarterback position, and even at this state of the game, Tom Brady is still the best quarterback in this division. When you think about Desmond Ritter, Sam Darnold, and of course Andy Dalton at quarterback. I mean, even at this point of Tom Brady's career, these guys can't hold a flame to him. But at some point, somebody's got to step up and seize the opportunity, seize the moment. It won't be pretty. I think 8 wins does it at this point. And, Tampa being that they're a game up on everybody else, I think they have the advantage. But will they live up to the expectations? I don't know because they haven't been doing it all season long. But nonetheless, I'm going to put my money on the Bucks to win this division. Somebody's got to do it, and I just don't foresee a scenario where number 12 misses a postseason. He'll probably finish with a losing record for the first time in his NFL career, but nonetheless, I just don't foresee a scenario where Tom Brady misses the playoffs. He's going to find a way to will this team to get it done over the last couple of weeks. It won't be pretty, but somebody has to win the NFC South. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.